Hello and welcome back to the Golf Diaries. Different kind of video from me today. I'm about to take this, the Edition 40 Clubsport, over to Awesome GTI for a service and for a quick check over. So come along with me and it's the first time I've taken the car to Awesome, so it'll just be a quick review of their services and kind of the overall experience. As I said, something a bit different, but I do want to get the Golfs more involved with the channel. So lots more detailing content to come. But for now, it's all about this and our day at Awesome. So yeah, come along for the ride. So I've just got to Awesome and yeah, nice drive across. There are a couple of things I want them to look at as well as the service and the inspection. So I've noticed that the coolant level seems to be dropping pretty quickly on this. It has had a water pump replacement because that's really common with Mk7s. So hopefully it doesn't need another one, but I'll ask them to have a look at that. And yeah, we'll see how today goes. So come on inside. So just waiting for the car to get finished. Just had a little bit of a tour around the building, which was really nice, really appreciate that. And yeah, had a look at the car underneath. So I'll lay some shots over now, just showing the underside of the car. To be fair, I didn't expect it to be in a bad condition, but it's certainly in a better condition than I thought it was. A little bit of surface rust, which you get on every undercarriage of a car. But me being me, obviously I'm going to built hammer the heck out of that. The sill repair, which I've mentioned before, is actually a lot better than I thought it was. But yeah, I will be doing a video shortly of putting cavity wax into that to make sure it doesn't rust anymore. But yeah, so I just want to thank the guys at Awesome for showing me around, and for the technicians to being patient to lift the car up again to let me have another look underneath. It's really appreciated. So yeah, I'll check back in once I get the car. Yeah, cheers, thank you. Oh, it's very cool.
So yeah, if you've got the car on the dyno, you get the beauty of sitting here in the warmth with it on the screen there, and being able to watch it as well without all of the noise. You still get some of the noise, just not all of it.
Yeah. No, that is very, very cool. So back in the car, job done. Really quite impressed, I have to say. Not only is it a great facility, as I hopefully came out on that footage that I shot, but really friendly people as well. And in terms of service, obviously I'm just about to drive the car home. I'm absolutely sure it's going to be fine. Wait right there. Don't be so hasty. Right, so I'm on my way home, and as you may see, this is definitely not a Clubsport GTI. So Mark, what went wrong? I'm glad you asked. So just after I filmed that piece to camera, I pulled out of Awesome's car park. Didn't get as far as the unit next door when my dashboard just lit up like a Christmas tree. Yellow warning lights everywhere, ABS, tyre pressure, auto stop starts, ASR, lane assist, everything just lit up. So I took it straight back to Awesome. To be fair to the guys, they jumped straight on it. Long story short, when it had its service, it had a diagnostic test, and they found loads of fault codes. To the passive observer, and indeed to the guys at Awesome, it didn't seem anything major there, because clearly the fault codes were related to a flat battery that I had last week when I came back from holiday. So it happens. But anyway, they took the car back in and had a look, and they showed me that basically they hand cranked the left rear wheel on the laptop whilst showing me the laptop, and there was absolutely no speed being registered there at all, whereas on the right rear wheel you got like 5 kilometers with it being hand cranked. So clearly the rear near side speed sensor had failed. Now, the cynics amongst you, and I'm not one of these cynics, and I'll tell you why in a second, but the cynics amongst you might just say, well, isn't that funny how it worked fine until you got there and it had a service, then it didn't work. Well, no, you know, the car had obviously been up on a lift, and when it goes up on the lift, as you know, the wheels drop. So if there's any weakness in there that wasn't registering on the way over, obviously that wheels dropping, which is not normal for a car, you're doing something wrong if the wheels drop like that, clearly can agitate something, and in this case it probably just blew the sensor or just finished it off, whatever. So anyway, 70 miles away from home, didn't really fancy driving home with ABS lights on, funnily enough, along the motorway. So Awesome have kept the car overnight. They've sorted me out with a hire car, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow or the day after to pick it up. So no reflection at all negatively with the guys at Awesome. These things happen. If you've got cars with sensors, you'll know that. I'm more interested in the way they reacted to it. They were freaking brilliant, and I cannot recommend the guys enough so far. This is still my early impressions of Awesome as a customer, but yeah, I think Lisa was an absolute star. I think it's Mark, the owner, was chatting to me out in the car park and offered to wash the car. You know me, no one washes my car. It was a lovely offer, but no. I don't mind. It's got dust on it from my holiday. I'll wash it. It's not a problem. But it was nice for the offer. So anyway, they've got me out of a tight situation, and I'll keep you posted as we go. Cars, eh? So much fun. So anyway, when I do get a resolution to this, I'll dial you in with a little bit more info. For this, what was going to be a short video suddenly turned into an epic. We're on an adventure in a Seat Leon, very heavily Awesome branded. I'm like an Awesome rep on the road. They wouldn't want me as a rep. Anyway, I'm waffling. I better get home because I haven't eaten and I'm getting hangry. Bye for now. Don't disappear. I will be back with an update. So it's next day. About to head back to Manchester. I've had the call from Awesome saying that the parts are in. They're going to start work on the car shortly. Obviously, the only concern with living so far away, if I've got to leave early to get there, and if they find any more issues, I'm already a couple of hours away from home. But it is what it is. The joys of taking a car somewhere that's not local. But yeah, I will come along, and I'm going to drive this little Leon back to Manchester, and let's see what I find when I get there. So we're back. It's sat just there. Yeah, so what are my thoughts on Awesome? Well, yeah, very good. The full story is, and I'll give you a very short version of it, but the full story is it had its full service. Everything was lovely. They ran some diagnostic checks and then basically found that there was a wheel speed sensor that had failed, and the recommendation is to replace that with a wheel bearing at the same time. So they did that. They got the parts in. That was discovered at like 4:30 on Monday afternoon. They got the parts in for Tuesday, fitted me in Tuesday afternoon, and I had the car back Tuesday evening. Communication was great right from the start, including the reminder call from Lisa at Awesome a couple of days before the first service. Looked after when you're there. You know, coffee, soft drinks, croissant. You know, it's you know, they do the hospitality side of things really well whilst you're waiting. Obviously, a quite nice reception to wait in as well. But the main thing is the quality of workmanship is really, really good from as far as I can see. Whilst I chose aftermarket sensor, it's you know, they use high quality products, high quality oils, etc. in the servicing. Value for money wise, including the repair to the wheel sensor, which was obviously over and above the service, certainly a lot better than a franchise dealer. I would say that in my experience of franchise dealers, the service level was way above anything you're going to get at a franchise dealer. So yeah, definitely would recommend. Now, coming up, I have spoken to them about the anniversary and the amount of work that needs doing on the anniversary to get it back into service. And we may be looking at Awesome doing something to get the anniversary back out and running, the jobs that I can't do. You know, and I think it would look good on the anniversary's history, having kind of partial rebuild, if you like, slightly over dramatic, but there's a lot of work needs doing, courtesy of Awesome. So yeah, I think we're going to go that route. The rest of the family, the R32 is going in for service coming Monday. The Pirelli edition is going in for service at the end of the month. So yeah, Awesome have become a bit of a family favourite, and rightly so. This is my first time using them. Highly recommend. So yeah, sorry, that's a much longer video than I anticipated it being. But yeah, I do recommend Awesome GTI very highly. And we're going to get back to detailing and all that kind of stuff, including the live streams as well. So until next time, take care. Bye for now.